What's good, folks? We back. Now, the other day, I was chilling, I was watching a little bit of anime, and I was like, what would this be like if it was made into a game? Then I started thinking about other animes and how they would be like if they were a game. So today, I'll be talking about the animes that I think could make some banger games. I'm talking about top tier games. Now, I will say, I'm not about to talk about the animes that already got games made from it, like Naruto or One Piece. They already got theirs. I'm talking about different animes that don't have any games connected to it that really could make something special from a game being made about it. So the first one I want to talk about, Chainsaw Man. Now Chainsaw Man, you already know, you could already picture it now. You already know that game, it might get made and it's gonna be fire. But this is what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking let's take a mix of Devil May Cry and let's take a mix of Doom. Now listen, the reason I say Devil May Cry and Doom is because Devil May Cry, it got some real nice movement and it got some crazy combos, and boom, it got the same chainsaw energy. So that's what I was picturing. Now I think it could actually be even better than both of those combined, because let me tell you, listen, I think the best part about Chainsaw Man is you could probably add a little bit of realism in there too, because listen, at the start, Deji, he was about to get kicked out of the apartment because he had to make that rent. So I'm thinking, hey, if you could put some type of currency into the game and build up off of the story. Listen, I'm not saying they gotta copy every single thing that Chainsaw Man do, even though that wouldn't be bad, honestly, because the story, it already feels like a game when you're watching it. So if you were just to add in a new layer or something, add in a little bit of currency, you know, maybe get Digi drip up or something like that, it would make a great game. Listen, I'm thinking high speed boss battles. I'm talking, hey, out of any anime that's out there right now, this one could definitely turn into a game. Hey, that movie just came out. I ain't watched it yet, but I think this might be in the future. It might be, hey, we might could last till GTA 6 come out in 2037. But next, I want to talk about Vivy Fluorite song. Alright, now with Vivy Fluorite song, first let me put you on. Let me put you on if you haven't heard about it. So basically, it's about an AI named Vivy whose mission is to make the world happy through her singing. And you might be like, let me tell you, in the future, there's a war between AI and human, and it get real brutal, it get real nasty. And basically, she gotta make the right choices to try to save humanity in the end. So when I watched this, I was like, you know what, this kind of reminded me of Detroit Becomes Human. And a mix of something. I was really looking into what that mix could be, and I found Near Automata. Now when I tell you this could be a great choice-based game with some action, it got everything you need in it. Listen, it got the android, it got basically every episode is a different mission and a different setting, and I feel like they could really implement that choice making that Detroit Becomes Human did with this AI, where you could change how people look at Vivy. Not only can this game have so many choices, I think that it could also have a little almost Guitar Hero type of feeling, cause you know there gotta be singing in the game at the end of the day, and I feel like it could be a cool little mini game that you gotta play through, and it could affect it as well. And let me tell you, the art style on that game, I will say I could see it being a Detroit Becomes Human type of art style, but I know Detroit Becomes Human, that, hey, them graphics is crazy. But Vivy Fluorite, it could be something different. Listen, I could just imagine the scene where she's singing on stage and everybody around is just slumped. Like, that scene would be crazy to, oh my, hey, make it into a game now. But I want to talk about something a little bit different than Chainsaw Man and Vivy Fluorite. Now let's talk about 8686. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, this game, I don't think it's gonna be for everybody. Now 8686, it's a military sci-fi anime about a young pilot who's kind of forced to fight in an unnamed mech. When I say that, the government pretends that they having a war but it's casualty free. It's real dark because they actually putting people in there and these people are dying and nobody knows about it. So that alone could make a very great story. So listen, I'm picturing Armored Core and Spec Op, a little mix between that. Listen, Armored Core, it got the mechs, and you know the mechs gonna be a big thing in 8686. It would be great to have this game switch between being a pilot inside the mech and being a commander. It does go into detail on commanding the pilots and making sure that they stay alive, and I feel like that would be a good aspect of the game that could really add to it. Now 8686, I think if you do this the right way, it could be the most emotional war story that really could be a little bit relatable. And it's one of those stories that really get you questioning everything you know and what to believe in. Okay, next. Now, a lot of people compare this to John Wick. We talking about Lycoris Recoil. Now, I think this anime, it would be perfect for a game. Now, it's basically an undercover assassin who kind of lives in Tokyo to keep it safe, and they work out of a cafe. Now, when I think what this game could be like, I think a mix between Splinter Cell and a mix between Papa's Freezeria. Now, hey, I know you know about the Papa's Freeze. Hey, if you ain't played the Papa's game, you missing out. But let me explain that. I think it could be cool to work out at a cafe and do the little menial tasks like that and get money off of that. Now, I will say the main focus of the game, it should be like Splinter Cell or even Assassin's Creed if you want to do that. But I could picture it now. You get missions after your coffee shop break and the story progresses. It could be a really good game. And listen, I don't know how the art style would do. I'd say preferably if they could make the art style look a bit realistic. That might be, Assassin's Creed might have some competition if they could do that. And I think adding the Papa's Freezeria type of gameplay in there, it'll make it even better. Now let's talk about what I think would be one of the best games you could make. Cause we talking about Parasyte. With Parasyte, here's what I'm thinking. It could be a mix between The Last of Us Part 2 and Prototype. Now, I already know, you might be picturing that in your head. You might say, that's a good game. Cause Parasyte, the story, it really get dark, and it's about this high schooler who gets infected by a parasite that takes over his hand. I think this would make a perfect horror game because just look at it, like, ugh, hey. Even in the anime itself, those things look absolutely disgusting, and I feel like fighting them in a horror game type of setting, it would make a game better than The Last of Us. Hey, that might be a hot take, but I think that if this were to get made into a game, it has everything. Listen, it got a good power, it got a great story, it got disgusting looking, it's almost like a Clicker Evolved, if you know what I'm talking about. But I gotta say, Parasyte, I think it would make the very best game out of any anime right now. Listen, I think it would be close between Parasyte and Chainsaw Man, but I do want to hear, hey, put down in the comment, what anime do you think would make the best possible game that hasn't had a game made about it already? I'm real curious about that. And if you like this video, check out this video right here. It's talking about how it would be to live in certain animes. And this one is talking about Attack on Titan. It's talking about Promise of the Netherlands. Crazy stuff. Hey, definitely click that. But if you like the video, like, subscribe, hit the notification if you want it. And it's all still lovers. Hit the subscribe. And leave a like. Whoa.